Hi, so I'm doing my little update of my after surgery. I've filmed a few videos for most every night up until the last 2 nights. I guess this is now the third night after. But anyway, I guess the first 3, whatever, nights I've done little updates, post cataract surgery in my right eye. Since my last update, there's not much change. It's still pretty much the same. Like, everything in the distance is way clearer except for words, and some like minor details are still either blurry or double vision, but everything up close, like detailed stuff up close, it's not good. I'm still struggling to read. I can read a little bit, like if it's on the TV screen in pretty big size letters or fonts, I can read it fine, but if it's small print, can't read it. Looking at text in front of me, can't read it. Phone in general, I can't really read it. I mean, I can kind of read it, but it's a struggle. Like if I get on Facebook, it's a struggle. My emails, I can zoom in on the emails, but otherwise if I don't zoom in, can't read it. So, and it's already after midnight, so actually this is the day of my surgery for my left eye. It'll be later on in the afternoon. So I'm not, well, typically I would not be allowed to eat or drink, but since my surgery's in the afternoon, they said that I can have toast up until about 7:15 in the morning, so I don't even know if I'll try to even go to bed anytime soon, but if I do, I'll set an alarm to get up around 6 a.m. Fix me a piece of toast. I can have Sprite up until like 3 hours before surgery, but I'll probably just do Sprite and toast, and then try to be done with that before 7 a.m. It takes me, like, I'm a slow eater, but last week I kind of sped through and kind of stuffed myself. And then I'll just try to go back to sleep until it's closer to the time to leave and just sleep in the morning, if I can get sleep. I took a shower, but I wasn't able to take the full-blown shower that I wanted to because we've been having problems with our hot water heater. Last week after my surgery, I opened the basement door to check because it's been raining and the basement floods when it rains a lot, and there was water in the basement, but I heard a hissing noise and I checked and it was coming from the hot water heater. I was like, oh no. So I let my dad know. He got in touch with his friend. His friend came a few days later, fixed, I think it was like a shut-off valve or a quick release. No, it's a shut-off valve, I think. Anyway, replaced that. Thought things were fine and dandy, but the temperature was abnormally hot. So, I took it, like, I did a little research with what I could figure out online from what I could read and see and everything. Figured out how to set the temperature on the thermostat, which required living off the power, unscrewing, you know, getting into panels, pulling out insulation, and then using a little screwdriver to adjust. And we got 2 thermostats on ours, so first one was easier. Second one was difficult because it was way down at the bottom of the water heater, and I'm not supposed to be bending over. I've been dropping it like it's hot pretty much all the time because I'm not supposed to, like, lean my head over because it can be damaging to the lens implant before it heals, which I was really good up until a few days ago, like up until about 2 days ago, and I don't know why I can't keep it on my mind until after the fact. I'm like, oops, did I bend over accidentally? It just, but I'm trying to be good, but still, it was a struggle. I used my cell phone camera to help. Anyways, put it all back together, realized that I didn't quite get the temperature set exactly. They're supposed to be set exactly, but it's a little bit off. But I think my dad's like, it's okay, it's fine, it's dandy, whatever. So I go and I take my shower since it's the day before surgery, or night before surgery, and I want to get my hair good and clean, everything, whatnot. Well, didn't even get through washing my hair. Like, the water never really got hot to begin with, but I thought maybe because I lowered the thermostat that, you know, that's just that. And I was like, it wasn't too bad. I mean, it was a nice temperature to start with, but then before I even finished washing my hair, oh my gosh, it kept getting colder. And I kept adjusting. And it still got colder. And I was like, crud. So I had to hurry up and finish my shower. Didn't get to fully exfoliate like I wish I could have. Anywho, so I remembered that there was a reset button on there. So after I got finished up, dried off everything, ran down there, unscrewed the panel, did the reset button, and hopefully that fixes the situation. Otherwise, I don't know. Oh gosh, I hope we've been through so many of these water heater struggles over the years. Hopefully, like, it's not time for another water heater, because my dad got this one just like 2 years ago. It should, like, and the one prior to that lasted about 8 years. So no more water heater drama, please. Especially with the surgery. So the surgery, I don't know how I feel. I'm just ready for it to be over with, but I dread the IV. I think I spoke about that in my little series of videos. I think I'm just going to put that as a separate video, and this is a separate video. The IV was horrific. Of course, not the worst thing in the world, but it was worse. Like, I was dreading it to begin with, and it was worse. It was even worse than what I was expecting. Yeah. So, in other updates, we celebrated Christina's birthday this past weekend, because her birthday was Sunday, and we got to celebrate it Saturday night, so that was fun. We went up to Oak Grove Casino up in Kentucky, just over the line in Kentucky. Nice casino, looks nice. It reminds me a whole lot of the Southland, I think that's what it's called, Southland Casino in Arkansas, West Memphis, Arkansas, that I went to, that I got the little trip for. It was nice, but I did atrocious. I didn't win anything. I lost money. I didn't lose a whole lot. I didn't have a lot to begin with. So I was trying not to, like, I had my tiny limit, and I lost half of that, and I was like, no more. Had I had more money, I would have had a different strategy, but, and also, like, I don't know, I was concerned that they were going to have a lot of generic machines, and not a lot of, like, brand machines, like the common ones. I call them, that's just the way how I classify them, like, you know, like Konami. I'm not even sure. I think they did have Konami machines, maybe, but like the other ones, like they had, like they had the wolf one. I can't think of what it's called exactly, but they had that. I am going so blank on so many of these other machines. Anyway, they had a lot that I recognized from other casinos, which I was surprised that they, like I said, I thought they were all going to be generic because of things I'd seen from other videos and other people and other people's reviews and whatnot. But they had a lot of, you know, common machines. But the majority of them were like starting at 75-cent bets, which you go to Tunica, Evansville, even Vegas, like you can find a bunch that are like in the 30-cent range, 40-cent range, and then you can even find a series of machines where you can legit play 1 penny, like you can adjust it so that you can legit do just 1 penny bet. It wasn't that. So I mean, that's, again, had I had more money to actually play with, my strategy would have been different. Probably wouldn't have fazed me as much, but I just wasn't feeling it. It was not my lucky night for sure, but it was fun to get to go and check out a new casino, or new to me casino, and be with my friends. Of course, it was fun being with my friends. Yeah. And with this eye surgery, it's been kind of a bummer. Let me get a sip of water. My throat's... But it's been kind of a bummer because, again, can't read. And I pulled out my beads the other night, and I was hoping, like, I was concerned, and I was hoping that maybe, just maybe, I could still do some jewelry projects. Like maybe I could see enough to do jewelry products, but those little seed beads, it just looked like they were like double vision, like they were just kind of blurred double, and I just, it was tripping me out. It almost looked like they were just kind of going back and forth like that. I was like, nope, can't do it. So I got concerned. I have a knitting project and I kind of held it up, and I could do that, but I'm at a point on my knitting project where I need to count stitches. And again, double vision makes it hard to count the stitches, and I'm like, just the needle is full, so it's hard. Like I don't have a lot of room to like scoot the stitches over as I count them, so I need to be able to more so visually, and it's just it's more complicated than I want to deal with right now, and it's not a project that I'm just like dying to finish. So I just assume that maybe crochet I have a lot of issues with, which I had to struggle to find my needles, or my hooks, but I found my hooks and I found some yarn, and I have these projects in mind, but I need more yarn. I need more quantity of certain colors than what I have, but I figured I can try to get started on one project, and if I have to, I can go to Walmart and get another skein to go with that kind of yarn. But anyway, so I was testing it out, and I can do a chain stitch, and that was my biggest concern, because the chain stitch, getting it started, you know, like when chain stitches twist, it's hard to really see, but I think I can manage doing the chain stitch. If I can do the chain stitch, then the rest of the crochet should be okay from there. So at least I can try to crochet something I can do finally, because I'm getting so tired, because all I can really manage to do is either watch TV or watch videos on my phone, but even then they're still not the clearest, and I don't want to sit and watch videos on my phone, because I feel like that's just not going to be good for my eyes in general. Like, so I've been, like, when I can, I've been going sitting outside to kind of like make myself look off in the distance to like exercise my new eye, my new lens. Hopefully that will help. I don't know, I feel like that's helping the healing process, and like making it use muscles and do what it's supposed to do. So anyway, so I guess that's all I got for now. So I hope surgery goes as smooth with this eye, and I hope that I'm knocked out enough to where, like, I hope they don't skimp out on the anesthesia on this eye, which, I mean, because they're like, the doctor, when I did my post-op, he's like, well, now that you know, like, what, because they knew that I had the anxiety about it, he's like, now that you know it wasn't that bad, you should be okay with this next eye. So I hope whatever they did when I had this eye, that they do it for this eye, anesthesia wise, if not maybe a little more, because when I had that whole consultation, he was concerned that since this eye has a thicker cataract, that he'll have to do a little bit more, because it's a little more complicated for this procedure, or be a little more complex with getting this cataract out. So I don't know. And again, I dread that IV. Just, oh my gosh. I wish, like, okay, so I know that they have numbing cream for tattoos. So why is that not an option for IV? Or isn't it an option? Or is there some reason why it couldn't be an option? I kind of wish that I'd gotten some off of Amazon as soon as I got back home last week, so that it could be here by now, so that I could go ahead and, you know, have that in place when I go and have my surgery tomorrow. But I wonder if that would have interfered in, I don't know, but still, I'm just wondering why that's not an option. So I need to let my hair dry. Like, I let my hair air dry, and it's still pretty damp. If I have to, I'll blow dry it, but I don't want to blow dry it. Anywho, I'm gonna end this here because I've been rambling for a while, but that's the current update, and hopefully everything will go well with the surgery, and I'll be able to see and la-di-da, all that good stuff. So I hope everybody's doing well, and I will talk to you Maybe sooner, maybe not. Anyway, take care.